What is up to the two people that freaking watch my YouTube channel? Bro, it's been a minute. Dude, last time I was talking about abiding in the vine, and then I think I was talking about something in Romans, but dude, it's been a minute. And, in the past year at this point, probably over a year, bro, when I was recording those videos, I was not sure if I was, worthy enough to play baseball, worthy enough to, rise up to the occasion that this past season presented for me. I was not sure because, dude, I did not play, and I was at a certain type of level, but I was operating at this level, and dude, that's just unfortunate because it harms your confidence, and I'll have to look back at those two videos beforehand just to see if I was talking a little less confident because dude, you didn't perform the way that you wanted to or knew you could, and that's like the nail in the coffin sometimes for confidence, when you just underperform after performance. But dude, luckily enough, I broke my hand right after those videos. Wasn't able to do much. I may have broken it in the second video, but broke my hand. Wasn't able to do much with baseball. I was working with, Francis. I guess you don't know, but it was just sports psychologist just to get autogenics going. And, bro, I was able to do that, get right and get right with my, body. I took on way more challenges, way more tribulations. I was actually I was, you know, uh, living out that faith and stepping into the unknown and allowing Christ to guide my steps. And, certain things like that just include, to me at the time, bro, I just was not as socially, I was not as quick to jump into social things, but I had to start doing that that past year. Right after those videos, I had to start doing it because it was just, I was just running. I was just running, and I finally faced the noise. And the more and more that you face the noise, the more and more that you can hang in the pocket. And so sure, there were times where I just had to run out of the pocket. The nervousness and anxiety just got above the neck, and went to the you just couldn't freaking take it, just got up to here, and you had to leave the pocket. But that just fosters growth for the next time that you're in the pocket, where it may have been like this, but then now it's like this, and then like this, and then like that. And dude, I'm not gonna lie, I was probably a bitch. I am a bitch, and I hate to identify with that, which is not ideal. But me stepping out of the pocket and seeing these things, the person next to me, the average person next to me probably has already done these things, and but the fact that I was able to do it, whether the tribulation is difficult to me, whether it's objectively difficult, if it's difficult in my perspective, and I face it, it's that's a win in my book. Whether or not the world is doing things at ease, and you personally can't do the thing at ease, the fact that you step into the arena and you face the noise and you see if you can actually come through in the end, that's good enough. That is what actually pleases God. Now, obviously, that faith is going to increase where those those things that an average person could do, your tolerance for that stuff is gonna increase. But the fact that you are doing that is just another testimony to God, because, dude, we can't see the path that we're walking on in this life. We have a little bit of insight, but really we have to blindly follow it, because we don't have a crystal ball. We don't know what's gonna happen, and that's half the battle sometimes, when you don't know, the fear of the unknown. That is half the battle. And if you can just allow God and Jesus Christ to illuminate your footsteps, like one footstep at a time, you're going to be golden. But you have to follow God. You have to read the Bible. You have to be in prayer. And, you have to be praying to God to allow these doors to open and to, like, be with you. But you have to accept the consequences of playing the game. Because playing the game, you can either win or you can lose. And that is the one thing that I just couldn't get past all my life, was that if I was going to play the game, I was not willing to take the loss. I wanted to win, but I didn't want to take the loss. And I was focusing on the loss too much, where all my attention went down to the loss. And subconsciously, it's probably going to make it come true because it's focusing on the objective, the goal that you set your mind on. So if you're not focused on the win and you're more focused on the loss, like, no wonder you can't win. But I mean, that's been the past. I guess I was talking about the past year. Like, I was able to focus on actually playing good baseball. I was my expectations right here, and I probably performed a little better